Hi, this is Mark Reedy here, and I just wanted to go over how to customize the spreadsheet that we're releasing here today called Quantity of Different Filters Installed from Work Orders. And we're going to show you how to customize it for other parts types besides filters and different date ranges. When it comes, I've set it up to go from like 2000 to 2020, so it pretty much covers a 20-year range there. So I'll show you how to narrow that down, and then also how to choose different parts types besides filters for this report spreadsheet. So we're going to go ahead and open the spreadsheet, and then the first thing we want to do is show you how to enable the data. So we're going to go ahead and go to open the spreadsheet here. In this button up here, it shows options. It says security warning, data connections have been disabled. You want to click on that options button, then you want to click enable this content, and then click OK. And you can see the spreadsheet here. It shows you part number and the description of that part and how many of that part were installed for that particular date range that we have in the query, in the underlying query. So this gives you those totals. And so we're going to go ahead and in order to change which parts are displayed, we're going to go into either Excel 2007, 2010. This will be 2007 for this purpose. And we're going to go click on Connections. From the Data tab, click on Connections, Properties, Definition. And let's go ahead and do that. Close that out. Connection, Properties, Definition. And then we're going to change the text that's between the two % signs to match what part descriptions that you might want to display. So I'm going to scroll down here in the command text area, and I'm going to change, here's the two % signs. % signs are wildcards in this application, and that means that any text, it'll accept any text before the word filter or after the word filter, but it has to have the word filter in the description in your work order parts details. So I'm going to change this to the word break, and we'll see what we get here. Click OK. And now we can see we've got brake shoe, brake drum, brake kit, and we can see the part numbers, how many of each particular part number were installed, and so on. And if we go back over here to Properties and Definition, scroll down here, and we change this to, for example, just the first part of the word transmission. We'll just say trans. Click OK, and we got nothing there. And let's scroll back down, and let's check out the word wiper. Click OK, and we got wiper blade in there once. Go to Properties. Now if I were to take all the words out of there, no letters, and we'll take the extra % sign out of there. Click OK, and now we have every single part installed, and the part number and how many of that particular part number were installed. And let's go back in here now, and we'll take a look at date range, and we're going to go back over to the Data tab, and I'll just start from the beginning here. We'll go to Data tab, and then Connections, and then Properties, and then Definition, and we'll scroll down here, and we're looking for the date that's between the pound sign here. That's going to be the beginning date, and the pound signs here is the end dates. So we'll go over here and we'll say between 2009 and 12/31/2009. We'll click OK, and we basically have updated that. Let's go ahead and check out one more time. We'll actually narrow it down a little bit to a smaller date range, 8/1 of 2009, and we'll go up to 8/30/2009, and we see we've got quite a bit of information there. And again, we can go back and narrow it down, go to Connections, Properties, Definition, and if we want to change the description here, I'm going to add that % back in so we get everything before and after the word in the description, and then we're going to take the word that we want to look for, and let's look for the word must have spelled that wrong. I did. Try it one more time here. Okay, so there we've got the bearing and race. Alright, and so that's it for changing your date range and the type of parts you can choose. And now finally, once you've made changes to the spreadsheet, you can you want to save it with a new name that identifies the data that it's going to display. So in this case, it's going to be bearings, and you could actually put the date range in there if you wanted to, which we had 8/1 to 8/30. So I'm going to close this, and we're just going to go over here to Save As, and we're going to save it as, I'm going to save it as the old style workbook in this case, but you could save it as the new style, but we send them out in the old style so that they can be used in the old style, or even opened in the old style. We're going to click on that, and we're going to change the name from filters to bearings, and we can put a date range in there, 08/01/2009 to 08/30/2009. Save that. Click Continue, and now you can see at the top we've got this new spreadsheet created. If I close that out, go back up here, open Excel, and we're going to look at the bearings, and there we are. Click on Options, enable the data, and that'll give us the freshest data. And every time you need to refresh the data, you can always click on the Data tab and then click Refresh All. Okay, so that's it. Thanks again. Take care.